Hi, welcome.
Dr. Harmon, it's so nice to meet you, and welcome back to the Queen City.
Come on in. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Are you ready to answer 10 questions with Cincinnati Magazine?
I am. Looking forward to it.
All right. You spent the first part of your training practicing in New York under one of the world's best facial plastic surgeons. What was it that brought you back to Cincinnati?
Two things. Number one, my family. My family's all here and I wanted our kids to grow up near them. And two, I knew I had techniques to offer that hadn't previously been offered here, and I thought this was a wonderful opportunity to offer those services to the people of Cincinnati.
And you've created such a wonderful, beautiful office in here. It almost looks more like a spa than a medical office. Is that intentional?
It is. I wanted people to feel comfortable. I wanted people to feel the warmth, and I wanted it to be a place that people wanted to come back to.
Awesome. And I love this message on the wall behind you. Feel good about feeling good. What does that mean to you?
One thing I realized was that I wanted people to feel confident when they came in, confident about what they wanted, and I wanted them to feel good about that confidence. So we came up with Feel Good About Feeling Good.
Fantastic. Well, let's take a little walk to see one of your exam rooms.
Awesome. Come on in.
Wow, it's so bright and clean in here.
Thank you very much. This is one of our exam rooms. We've got everything ready for both surgical and non-surgical procedures. And we've got two of these exam rooms in addition to our own operating room.
Fantastic. And so one of your specialties is the extended deep plane facelift. So for the uninitiated, myself included, what is the extended deep plane facelift and who can benefit from it?
Well, I think anyone with concerns about aging in their face could possibly benefit from the extended deep plane facelift. And the extended deep plane facelift is gold standard for facelift techniques. It's an evolution of what's been developed over many, many decades. And it addresses comprehensively the signs of aging in the face through the release of tension points in the cheek and jawline and neck. And it addresses everything from the cheeks down into the neck, from the center to the side, comprehensively. And it does a few things. So unlike other facelift techniques, it allows me to lift the cheeks in a more natural position. It allows me not only to treat the jowling, which is commonly treated, but also the back of the jawline, which is not commonly treated with facelift techniques. And then finally, by lifting after release of the tension points, you can actually do the surgery under no tension. So that really improves the healing process of the entire procedure.
That sounds like a really revolutionary procedure. You know, you received your MD from the University of Cincinnati, go Bearcats. So when was it in your academic career when you decided you wanted to be a plastic surgeon?
You know, when I first started in residency, and my training has been focused exclusively on the head and neck, we did a lot of facial plastic surgery. And at that point, I met individuals who also did it and had a chance to meet patients and see what kind of techniques we could offer them. And I realized very quickly that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Wow, and your training has taken you all over the world, perhaps most notably to Qatar, where you were training and teaching through Cornell. What was that experience like?
It was a life-changing experience. I had an opportunity to teach people from all over the world. I got an opportunity to teach science, which I love. And it really opened my eyes to the bigger picture and taught me about what it means to be a good American.
That is so wonderful. Can we see your office?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Welcome over here.
Oh wow, this is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so I feel like a lot of patients, you know, when they're exploring plastic surgery options for the first time, they might feel a little nervous. So what do you do to make them feel more comfortable?
I think it's normal to feel nervous. It's a very normal experience to have. And it's very important when I speak with potential patients that, you know, I have a thorough and honest discussion with them about what they're interested in. And I think more importantly that I listen to what their aesthetic goals are, and based on what I see and what their goals are, formulate a specialized, personalized plan for them. And that it be a conversation, not me just simply saying you need this, but what are you interested in?
Mm-hmm. And for patients who might not be ready for surgical options, what kinds of non-surgical interventions do you offer?
So I do injectables, meaning I do hyaluronic acid fillers and I do Botox, and I do those myself. And in some instances, those might be nice options depending on what is bothering an individual. And then other times, really surgery is the best approach, and if they're not ready for surgery, that's totally fine. I think it's important that when someone comes in and if they're interested in addressing a concern of theirs, that they do it on their time when they're ready.
So Dr. Giacono, who you trained with in New York, he did a recent interview where he talked about the changing culture around plastic surgery. People are more transparent than ever about their procedures. Is that something you found to be true?
I have. I think that people are perceptive, and I think people are intelligent, and they do their research. And I think that nowadays we have techniques that can provide more natural look that's longer lasting. And because of that, people are more comfortable talking about those results, and that makes sense to me. I think that it's important to come in with questions about what techniques people offer, why those techniques work, and I think because people are more inclined to ask those questions, they're also more likely to be comfortable talking about it afterwards.
Absolutely. And we have one final question here. What is one thing that everyone can do today to age more gracefully?
I am a big advocate of eating well, sleeping well, and exercising. I think if you can do those three things, that you're going to go a long way. Otherwise, I think a good moisturizer, and there are a million out there, and a good mineral-based sunscreen to protect yourself from the sun and your skin from the sun is also important.
All right, we can't let you go without a little Cincinnati lightning round. So, Gold Star or Skyline?
I have to go with Skyline.
Bearcats or Musketeers?
That's tough. I grew up watching the Musketeers because my parents both went to Xavier, but since I became a Bearcat, going to med school there and training there, I'm also a huge fan of UC basketball and football.
All right, understandable. Best flavor at Grater's?
I'll go with the classic black raspberry chip.
East Side or West Side?
Northern Kentucky. I grew up in Northern Kentucky, so I don't have an allegiance.
All right, we love Northern Kentucky. And finally, we're filming this the Thursday before the game, but I've got to ask, are the Bengals going to the Super Bowl?
Yes, I'm confident they will.
All right, Dr. Harmon, so lovely meeting you. And thank you for answering 10 questions with Cincinnati Magazine.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.